Well, in this quarter's PES Wind magazine, which you can download for free at peswind.com, there is a nice article from Muehlhan Wind Services. And that is a growing company. A lot going on there. Our friends at AC883 just joined Muehlhan a few months ago and is being part of that conglomerate. And we know that obviously building a wind farm used to mean consulting with dozens of contractors. And this is where Muehlhan has really stepped into the breach here. So from blade repair at one company and heavy lift cranes at another company, all that had to be managed separately. You're calling different companies all the time. And watching asset managers and site supervisors do this, it is a thankless job. Well, Muehlhan's trying to change that a little bit. And they're saying that that model no longer works, and I totally agree with them. It's insane. So Muehlhan has consolidated 6 specialist firms under its one brand and covering everything from port pre-assembly to long-term operations and maintenance across Europe, the U.S. and Canada, and Asia Pacific. The CEO, Søren Hoffer, puts it plainly, the next phase of wind will not be won by turbine size alone. It will be decided by the supply chain's ability to execute. Boy, you couldn't say truer words. I've worked with Muehlhan, or my company, WeatherGuard Lightning Tech, has worked with Muehlhan on a couple of projects over the years, and we've always had great service from them. And we have talked to a number of operators that love them, that love using Muehlhan. So it's not a surprise that they're trying to grow and expand and make life easier for the operators.
Sounds like a brilliant move, really. I mean, pulling all these sort of things together is a real challenge, isn't it? I mean, coordinating all these subcontractors, getting to turn up at the right time, and it just sounds like a brilliant move. And I think that we need more efficient service companies to service the growing fleet. So the more they can get organized, the better.
Yeah, the scale matters here, and the expertise matters. As we have a couple 100,000 turbines that are operating in the quote-unquote West, it does make sense to have a larger player that has seen most of those turbines and has some experience with them. It's always the scary scenario when you're working with a new company. Have they been on this turbine before? Do they know what they're doing? Do they know lockout, tagout? Even simple things like that come to the forefront, and the trouble is on some of these smaller companies that are in that business is that you just don't get the level of service. You don't get the level of response. You don't have the horsepower or something were to go wrong on site. They don't have the cash to bring in a second crane or another crew to get this job done. It does become scale at some point. And for a long time in the industry, particularly the United States, it has been a lot of quote unquote mom and pop operations. And those are slowly getting acquired by the likes of Muehlhan. I think this is inevitable at some point. From the asset owner's desktop, watching this go on, how do you see, a large operator interfacing with Muehlhan? Are they going to do just one-stop shopping at this point? They're not going to have 3 or 4 different companies to work with, that they're just going to lock into a Muehlhan? Because that's what I see.
Yeah, I think from the WOMA conference in Melbourne, we saw a bit of a shift towards outsourcing, at least in Australia Pacific region. And I mean, if you're going to outsource, you're probably going to join up with a Muehlhan equivalent. So that way it just takes some of the risk out of it. So it sort of makes sense. The other observation I've heard is that because of the seasonality of blade repairs, it's really hard to keep hold of blade techs. And so if you're a global company, you've got at least some opportunity of using the seasonality and keeping hold of the good techs. And, summer in North America, and then, summer in Australia. So it allows these companies to keep hold of their good people.
Yeah, and that's always been the yearly problem, right? That you have a crew of a couple good crews in the summertime, you come back the next summer, and it's a whole different group of people. And yeah, that's trouble for the industry. And it's good. It's finally good to see this happening. And I know we've talked about it internally here at WeatherGuard of who to work with and who to partner with. We like working with companies that have scale, and I think we're finally there. So it's really interesting to see this article from Muehlhan and PES Wind. So if you haven't read the article, you should go visit peswind.com and take a look. There's a lot of great content in this quarter's issue, and you don't want to miss it. So go to peswind.com today. As wind energy professionals, staying informed is crucial, and let's face it, difficult. That's why the Uptime Podcast recommends PES Wind magazine. PES Wind offers a diverse range of in-depth articles and expert insights that dive into the most pressing issues facing our energy future. Whether you're an industry veteran or new to wind, PES Wind has the high-quality content you need. Don't miss out. Visit peswind.com today.